So, you want to go tell the camera what your name is?
My name?
Yeah. People probably should know what your name is before we start, if that's fine with you, of course.
No, it's all good. It's just weird to introduce myself to the... Yeah, my name's Pocket Woods. Hi.
And what are you doing right now, Pocket?
Well, I'm here with you at Center Circle Park. I'm just watering the flowers here a bit since the other volunteers already came by earlier. So I don't really have that much to do. The plants seem to be getting enough space and sunlight, and the soil seems fine. I don't know what else you want me to say.
Oh, relax. You're doing perfect. Alright, I've already asked you a bit about this before we started the interview, but the main reason why I wanted to speak with you right now is about your past experience on homelessness. Homelessness is still a major issue as of today in our society, and a lot of folks turn a blind eye to the problem and how it affects other people's lives. So, by opening up towards the realism of this topic, I think it can rise up more awareness and understanding to what's currently happening. You can help change the world with what you want to say.
Oh, wow, okay, that's cool. That's a lot right there.
Are you still willing to talk more about it?
Sure, yeah, I guess I can. I was born near the deep southern part of Oregon in a very grungy neighborhood. Life back then was not good, very harsh. We lived in an old apartment complex. It was me, my mom, my dad, and my little baby brother Joseph. I don't really remember much about my parents. I just have fragments of them as people, I guess. They were always just yelling. The house was never completely quiet. I would try to hide around our grandma's house when mom and dad would get really rough. We would sleep the night there and then go back in the morning.
Why her place? What made it so special?
There were no questions, no demands, nothing. Her house had a more homey feel to it. She was really nice, super sweet. Sort of had this grudge against my mom, so grandma was more open to us in a way. It felt safe to be there. It felt like I could lift my head off the floor. One day, my grandma suddenly passed away in her sleep. It wasn't much of a shock. You could definitely tell that it was going to happen soon. Still, it didn't make it any less painful. My mom found out about it first, and she sort of broke down. Didn't really come back from what I remember, and my dad found about the news and mom ditching, and he went crazy. So I called 911, and our family quickly lost custody of both of us.
I'm so sorry.
It was really, really difficult back then. I had to quit school to work more jobs. It was and still is really impossible to find an affordable place. I had Joseph sleep over at his friend's or stay in the employee lounge room as I worked through shifts, and I just tried to earn enough to afford a new home. And soon, I eventually was forced into court by one of my bosses after a couple weeks living like that, and judge had Joseph removed from my care and put into an orphanage. Then I gave up. My whole world was gone. I quickly lost my job and that extra cash. Everything went downhill from there, and I somehow got kicked out onto the streets. I was homeless.
What were your first thoughts while being homeless?
It was all panic and numbing down everything I was scared of. I had no idea what to do to get out of this mess and find some help. I knew there were places that helped support homeless people and gave them jobs and stuff, but I didn't know where.
How did people react to you on the streets? What were your thoughts on how people saw you?
Awful. Sometimes they just come up asking, oh, why aren't you doing anything? Or why don't you get a job instead of doing nothing? Talking like I'm not even trying to fix this mess. Especially because I didn't really look like I was homeless.
Oh? How so?
I wanted to keep everything that I had clean. It was one of the things that kept me sane a bit, that I was okay, but everyone looked at me as if because my life was nowhere, that I'm not allowed to be myself and humane.
What'd you do?
There was this one time where I tried staying at a homeless shelter after figuring out where to find one. It was the most horrible experience. It's just filled with sad, miserable people. Screams in the middle of the night. I could hear people crying and getting into fights. It reminded too much of back at home with my family. I ended up sleeping under a bridge near a park. Patched it up a bit to make it look like something, put branches over the makeshift walls in case rangers came by and tore it down. And there was even a few restaurants nearby where I could go dumpster diving too, so that was good. It was enough. I did manage to make some friends with other homeless people eventually. We would create a pile of us whenever we slept to keep safe and share our warmth. It was nice. It didn't last that long though, because of the harsh weather, and most of us got sick, and so yeah.
How do you manage to get out of homelessness?
There was this botanist who would always be walking past the bridge early morning and into the forest from time to time. She was the most kindest woman I ever met. I actually believed a few times I imagined her. She would always give me these small practical stuff to keep every time that she came over to work to just talk about everything. Went on huge rants about different types of plants, and it was actually really interesting, right? She would treat me like I was just some normal everyday person, not, just a homeless dude sleeping under a bridge. Talking has always been so much fun with her. She's so sweet, so funny. I like her. I remember one day we were talking to each other while doing that, and we ended up just hanging out all day around the neighborhood, and we ended up sitting at a bench in the park watching the sunset and just relaxing in silence. And then suddenly she just turned over from her spot and stared at me, and I looked at her and my heart was racing real fast, and she casually asked me, "Hey, do you want to live with me?" And my heart just stopped.
What did you tell her?
Oh, sure.
So, tell me about your life now. How is it?
Now I live with her, Abigail, who's now my girlfriend. I managed to get a job through recommendation by Abigail, and now work as a florist. I even signed up for law school so I can help those in similar situations like I was in. And I also volunteer and help take care of the gardens in the park like here. A way to make peace, I guess, with the people I left behind, and a way to give back. I'm hoping after I get my degree I can find a way somehow to contact my brother and just maybe catch up with him again.
One last question. If you could change one thing about the world, what would it be?
If I could? Make sure that everyone has a place and feels like home. In the end, that's all everyone really needs.
Thank you for talking to me.
Well, thanks you for listening.